Hello, this is Angie with the Country Chic Cottage, and I'm here today with a Hangout on Air sponsored by Consumer Crafts. And today's Hangout is all about doing crafts less than $10. I'm actually going to show you how to make a monogram wall hanging that will be $10 or less when I get done. So to start off, Consumer Crafts has these great wood frames that have these great cutout shapes. So I picked up one of these, and I picked up the largest size, which is a huge 8 by 10 frame. And this is actually only $4 on consumercrafts.com. So a huge bargain. And so I unwrapped it from the packaging, and I painted it with just craft paint I had laying around. I would recommend Americana chalky finish paint. I use just a little bit of this in one coat, and the frame is perfect. So if you can get a hold of this paint, that's what I would recommend. Otherwise, any craft paint that you have around your home. These frames also come with a little dowel, and it has holes in the back. So you can put the dowel rod in the hole, and then the frame will stand up. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang it on the wall. So the hole that's meant for the dowel rod, I'm going to position that towards the top, and I'm going to put my monogram here. And that way I can use this hole to hang it by. The other thing you're going to need for this project is a paper mache letter. And these are about $1.50 to $2 on Consumer Crafts. And I'm going to use an R for my daughter's name. And I already took, that's the same color I painted the frame, and I painted just around the edges of the R because we're going to do something else to the front. And I also, if you can tell, I just got just a little bit on the front. That way if I cut, what we're going to use for the front of this is a sheet of duct tape. And these are also extremely cheap on consumercrafts.com. If I cut this just a little too small, that painted edge will help it make it look like it wasn't a mistake. You're also going to need a sheet or a piece of scrapbook paper, and this is going to go on the inside of this frame in just a minute. And the remainder of the duct tape, so if I put this paper mache letter, this is a small paper mache letter, by the way, 5.5 inches. If I put it on there, you can see I have all sorts of scrap duct tape around here. We're going to use this scrap, and I'm going to run it through my Sizzix and make some little triangles to decorate the frame with. So we're going to get started. And I'm actually going to switch camera angles so you can see what I'm doing. And there we are. So first let's put the scrapbook paper into this frame. These frames do not have glass, so I left the cardboard in it while I was painting it, just to help mask off and not get any paint on my surface. So you can just pop that cardboard out, and we can use that to cut a piece of scrapbook paper to size. And this paper is from Die Cuts with a View, but I mean really any scrapbook paper you like that will coordinate with your frame will be fine for this project. And this doesn't have to be perfect, it'll be covered up by the edges of the frame. Just going to do a quick cut, and I'm going to snip the corners so you don't have to worry about those. Just put this right into our frame. And put those tabs back down. So now, again, this is the top, because this is where the hole is. So I'm going to flip it over, and the top is up. If you wanted to, it's a little flimsy, but when it hangs on the wall, it should be fine. If you're going to use this sitting on a desk or something, I think I would run hot glue all around these edges, but I think I'm just going to leave mine. Okay, so the letter and your duct tape sheet. I like the duct tape sheets because they have a removable adhesive backing, and it makes them easy to cut. So we're going to put this letter on the duct tape sheet, and I'm going to use a Sharpie and just trace around it, and be careful because we've already painted these edges. let's not mark them up with the Sharpie. So I'm just going to be really careful and go a little big so I can cut inside these lines. And when you're painting, as well as what I'm doing now, don't forget like the inside of this R. A lot of letters have it inside. You don't want to forget those. Okay, so we're going to remove that, and we have an R. I'm just going to cut this out, and again, just go on the insides of these lines and be as neat as possible. And then save all these scraps, because again, we're going to use them. And I decided to use my Sizzix and some Sizzix dies. You could cut random shapes, you could cut triangles freehand, you could cut circles freehand, or a circle punch if you had a punch that you wanted. But just something to decorate that plain purple frame. I thought it would be fun to do that. And then to get inside of this, you can use a craft knife. Make you a hole. Just cut right there on the inside. So now, after I'm done with this, I'll just hold it up to the letter and see if any areas need trimmed. And if they do, you just trim those a little bit until your duct tape looks like it'll fit. And I don't think that scrap is going to get us anywhere, so I'll toss that. Alright, so look at the R. It does seem a little big. I'm going to trim it down this side so I can tell more. If it fits just to the inside again, because of the way we painted the R, it will be fine. So keep that in mind. This part's perfect. This top needs a little more trimming. So line up that perfect part again. Everything looks good. And I just sort of use my fingers to feel. This needs trimmed a little more. And you know, if you hate it when your scissors stick to duct tape, Fiskars has a new product, and they have a green handle. And I'm going to give them a try, because I'm having a lot of trouble with this. But duct tape is not supposed to stick to these green handle Fiskars, so let's see if I have a little more luck. Okay. I don't like this inside still. All right. Now, that's perfect. So, the reason I love these duct tape sheets, now we have a sticker that should fit perfectly onto our paper mache letter. Something to keep in mind when painting paper mache, it is paper, so you don't want to use too much paint, and that's, again, why I use the Americana chalky finish paint. That way, I could do it with one coat and minimal paint, and of course I would get it stuck to itself, right? Anyway, use minimal paint when painting the edges so that you don't get any warpage of the letter. The letters sort of warp on the edges if you get too much paint or if it was exposed to water. So just be really careful, whatever paint you use. I have used spray paint on paper mache before. You just got to be very careful to do really light coats. Okay, so we're going to put this down. And the reason I love duct tape with paper mache, if you ever try to use something like washi tape, or a removable tape with paper mache, it will come back off. But duct tape, of course, is the healer that sticks to everything. And I'm just going to make sure this is fairly wrinkle-free. Doesn't have to be perfect. Get everything stuck down. You can just lift any wrinkles out. Keep pushing towards the other side. Now, you can push over. There's just a little excess right here, so I'm just going to push it over. And now we have a white letter R with purple sides. All right, so now I promised we would use these scraps for something, right? So here we go. I'm going to set the R aside with the frame. And I'm going to get out my Sizzix die cutter. Again, you could freehand these if you want. And I have an assortment of dies that are all triangle shape. This one's a diamond, but I'm going to cut it in half when I get it through my Sizzix, so it will be a triangle. This is a triangle, an arrow, and a different shaped triangle. So I thought it would be fun, just different triangle shapes, and it sort of goes with the theme of the paper I put on the inside of the frame. So just cut this where it'll fit through the Sizzix. And I'm just going to lay these. I did not do a trial run before this hangout, so if I have too many shims in my Sizzix, we'll know it right away, and I may have to readjust. So let's get as many as possible out of these duct tape scraps, and start pushing it through. And I think it's going to work. I got lucky. So the other great thing about duct tape sheets is that you can use them with something like a Sizzix. So again, this is a diamond shape, but if I cut it corner to corner, I have a couple of triangles. So I thought that would be fun. And we'll get the rest of these out of here. Put my dies down. You will get, well, that's not too bad, but you will kind of get strings, and you can cut those with scissors. It's just the reinforcement. Yeah, I'm going to have to just cut this one with scissors just a little bit. The line is there, but just the reinforcement in the duct tape can hang on and not cut. And that's true when you're cutting any kind of duct tape sheet with this Sizzix. Okay, and let's try to get a few more. I'm just going to kind of put these randomly on the frame. So basically, we're making triangle stickers right now. Quick and easy way. You can make as many or as few of these as you would like. I'm really in love with triangles right now, so this is right up my alley. I'm going to put this entire framed monogram in my daughter's room. And she's a teenager, so this is sort of teenage themed, but I mean, you could easily do the same thing for a living room or kitchen or any room in your home. Just pick a theme that you like, or just leave the frame plain and painted like it is right now. But you could do polka dots if you're into that. You could use some kind of tape. Washi tape would work as stripes. So I think you could come up with a way to make it work in any room. I'm going to do this one more time, and then we'll hope we have enough to decorate the frame and make it look cute. All right, so I can get rid of the Sizzix. Let's get that out of our way and finish up this frame. One other thing I have going, I have over on the side is my hot glue gun is heating up. We're going to need that to put that paper mache letter inside of our frame. So Don't neglect to heat that up. Okay. And these two triangles, I need to cut those apart. Excuse me, diamonds into triangles. And we're ready for our frame. So my frame, got that up at the top. Remember when I said I wasn't going to put hot glue around here? I think I will. Still not staying sturdy enough. You could put cardboard behind here as well. But I think a little hot glue will do the trick. Okay. So while we have the hot glue out, on the back of the paper mache, and line it up as best you can. Stick it down. And let's have some fun with some duct tape stickers. I'm going to randomly lay these around, see what it looks like, move them if I need to. So that looks pretty good. We will just peel the backing off these and stick them to the frame. And then this one is done and ready to hang in my daughter's room. She has a huge gallery wall in her room, and she likes to change up what goes on that gallery wall. It's a big collection of different frames, and it's all different colors. So this will be perfect in that area with the purple, light purple and green. That light purple, by the way, is called Nostalgia in the chalky finish. If you're looking for the particular color I used, the duct tape is just a white duct tape sheet. Duct tape makes these sheets in a variety of patterns and colors, and so just pick up whatever sheet fits with your monogram frame. And this one does not want to peel it. Let's try a different corner. So you can definitely change this up. For whatever you're looking for. And I did like the triangles on here, especially with this scrapbook paper I chose. I was going to do polka dots, and at the last minute before the Hangout went live, I thought I had some triangle dies, so here we are. So again, this is a Hangout sponsored by Consumer Crafts, and it's a week-long event, and you can catch more videos at craftyhangouts.com. All of the crafts in the week, and there will be over 20 videos for you to watch, and they will all be less than $10. So if you really need to craft on a budget, be sure to hang out to join in with us at craftyhangouts.com for tons of videos and instructions on crafting on a budget. I'm sure our crafters will come up with a wide variety of projects. All the videos are live through Google Hangouts on Air. That way you can see that it is entirely possible to make these crafts because we do it live for you. No editing. That's why when something goes wrong, it's a whole lot of fun. So be sure to check the videos out. See if you can spot any errors. Maybe I did something wrong. You could leave those in the YouTube comments if you would like. And I'm going to put this last one on here, and we're going to call this project done. I will switch the cameras back so you can see me. Hey, I'm back. Okay, so you can make this monogram frame for less than $10 with all things from consumer.com. So join us at craftyhangouts.com for tons more hangouts using products from Consumer Crafts that will cost $10 or less, and make this monogram frame for your home. So I'm Angie with countryshootcottage.net, and you can see more about this frame and more pictures. I think I'll probably hang it up and take some pictures if you want to see that. So you can see more about that on my blog, and join us at craftyhangouts.com. Thank you. Bye.